Harry Nile Investigations, Murphy speaking. May I tell him who's calling? Oh, just a moment, Mr. Karloff. Call for you, Harry. Mr. Karloff.
Gee, I wonder what Boris wants. Yeah, this is Harry Nile.
And this is Boris Karloff.
You're kidding, right?
How would you like to become famous, Mr. Nile?
I wouldn't. Who is this?
Boris Karloff. And everybody wants to be famous.
Okay, where do you get this Boris Karloff stuff? Every comedian does Karloff impressions better than you do.
Sir, I'll have you know that my dear old Russian mother, who married Leonid Karloff of St. Petersburg, named me Boris.
Is that so? Well, it's been fun talking to you, Boris. Now, isn't it just about time for your shock treatment?
I'm not crazy, Mr. Nile. And to prove it, I've hired a messenger to bring you my book. It's a horror novel called The Crying Corpse. Read it and become famous.
The Adventures of Harry Nile.
They tell me that out of every 100 people in any town, 2 or 3 of them ought to be in a loony bin. It's been quite a while since I ran into one, and I guess I'm due. But I forget the call and go on with the missing persons case I'm struggling with. Until just before noon.
Harry, this package came for you.
Feels like a stack of paper.
A manuscript? Were you expecting a manuscript?
The word is dreading.
Why?
Because the guy who wrote it probably thinks it's the greatest thing since Frankenstein, and I know I'll hate it. Well, I might as well open it.
Have fun.
It's a manuscript, all right. The Crying Corpse by Boris Karloff.
Oh, a murder mystery. I love mysteries.
Oh, yeah? Well, okay. Here, knock yourself out. I leave the stack of typed pages on Murphy's desk. Mine's too crowded as it is. And get back to work in my office. A bit later, I notice I don't hear Murphy typing anymore. Hey, Murph! Murphy, you still among the living? Murphy? Where'd she get to? Didn't hear her go out. Hey, Murphy, everything okay? Holy smoke. Murphy! What's wrong? Murphy, can you hear me? Yeah, I got an emergency. Send an ambulance to the Solomon Building, corner of Main and Occidental, Suite 204. Someone's just collapsed. All I know to do is check her pulse and see that she's breathing. Which she is. But she's face down on the desk blotter with her head on the manuscript. I guess she was reading it when she collapsed. All kinds of thoughts go through my mind. Stroke? Heart attack? But then she stirs a little and raises her head. Oh, Murphy, are you all right?
No. What happened?
You passed out.
We did? I fainted?
Yeah. You must have been reading that guy's manuscript when you keeled over.
The manuscript. Oh, Harry, it's horrible.
Yeah, well, what can you expect from an amateur?
No. I mean, it's so gruesome. I could almost see and hear and even feel like the victim.
Well, I called an ambulance. We're going to get you to a hospital. When the medics come and check her over, they can't find anything physically wrong with Murphy. And by now she says she's feeling fine and wants to go back and work the rest of the day. I take the manuscript into my desk, intending to toss it in the incinerator, when Boris calls me again.
Have they delivered my book yet?
Yeah, whatever you wrote in it made my associate faint.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's the highest praise a horror writer can get. But I meant for you to read the book, Harry. If you read it, you can become as famous as Orson Welles after the War of the Worlds broadcast.
Okay. What's in it for you? Publicity?
Why, of course. Read chapter 1, then call me up and tell me what you think. My phone number is on the title page. For now, happy reading.
Hey, I'm in the investigation business. I'm not about to help you promote your book. Hello? Hello? Listen, Murphy, if this nut calls again, I'm out of the office and you can't reach me. Just get rid of him as fast as you can.
It's past 5 o'clock, Harry.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, look, you go see a funny movie tonight, Murph, okay? And you just forget this creep in his book. My car is at a lot 2 blocks up Main at the corner of 2nd, just across the street from the skinny white shaft of the 42-story Smith Tower. As I get to that corner, something catches my eye. Something dark, plummeting down the face of the tower. And in the next moment, I hear women screaming. Now I realize what I saw. Somebody fell or jumped out of the building. I hustle across the street, and there's already a dozen people standing there, and more arriving every second. They skid to a stop when they see what's on the sidewalk. Then they step back as blood rolls toward their shoes like an incoming tide.
Here comes the police car. Okay, everybody stand back. Move aside, please. Move aside.
I seen him jump. He come out of the corner.
All right. I'm going to ask you all to go about your business. There's nothing more to see here.
Hey, Bill Barnett.
Oh, hi, Harry.
Yeah, anything I can do to help?
I hate these things. You see him do it?
I was across the street.
Any of your people know who this man is?
You're standing in the blood, officer. Some deal they had last night over at Smith Tower. You see this morning's PI, Harry?
No, I haven't seen it. I was there. I saw the guy fall.
No lie. Did he jump, or was he pushed?
Who knows? He's just as dead either way.
Yeah. Well, paper said he was 36, I believe.
That's so. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Says he was a lawyer. Had an office up in the tower, I guess he...
Well, I'll grab a paper later. I gotta get to work.
You want to take mine? I'm done with it.
Okay, if you're sure.
But I should warn you.
Huh?
I did the crosswords already.
Hey, Murphy, how you feeling? Did you see a funny movie like I told you?
Oh, it was nice of you to suggest it, Harry, but I didn't feel like it. So I went home and went to bed. And then this morning I turned on the radio and I heard all about the suicide. Harry, it was only 2 blocks away from here.
I know, I saw it happen.
Oh, no. You saw it?
Yeah. And by the way, our old buddy Bill Barnett was the first cop on the scene.
Excuse me. Harry Nile Investigations. Is this Mr. Karloff? Well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Nile hasn't come in yet.
Good girl.
I really wouldn't know. No, I don't know if he's read any of your book. Yes, all right, I'll tell him. Bye. He wanted to know if you read chapter 1 of his book.
That'll be the day.
What he said was, in light of last night's tragedy, has Mr. Nile read the first chapter?
In light of last night's tragedy?
Uh-huh.
What's chapter 1 about? Isn't that what sent you into a tailspin?
No, I skipped to chapter 3. That's the one I was reading.
Okay, I admit he's got my attention. I'm going to go into my office and read chapter 1. If I pass out, feed me chili until I come around. So I settle into my chair, put my feet on my desk, and start reading the manuscript from the beginning. It's almost like I can hear him telling the story.
The lawyer knew he was caught. No matter what he might do now, fate would destroy him. He stood at the office window, staring down 30 floors to the street. That would be so easy, he thought. The only hard part would be the jump. But after that, there'd be no more problems. None at all.
Weird. This is weird.
And almost unconsciously, he slid open the window. A rush of warm city air flooded into his office. He sat on the corner of his desk and pulled off his shiny black Italian loafers, loosened the knot of his tie, and unbuttoned his shirt. Then, as if a hand were on his back, pushing him, he climbed onto the windowsill. The breeze blew up his trouser legs, making the blue serge flutter. The air is a soft pillow, he thought. He closed his eyes and leaned into the breeze. And the next thing he knew, he was free of the building, free of his troubles, free of the...
Murphy,
What?
bring me the PI.
What?
The morning paper.
Here, what's the matter? What are you looking for?
I'm sure I read it. Yeah, here it is. Top of the second paragraph. Mr. Meriden was an attorney with the firm of Stokes, Carr, Boyson, and Kester, with offices on the 30th floor of the Smith Tower. So, Chapter 1 tells about a lawyer who jumped from the 30th floor of a building. This is too weird. Call up Bill Barnett.
Well, doesn't he work late? Wouldn't he still be asleep?
Probably, but call him anyway. He's got to hear this.
This had better be important, Harry.
It is. The suicide. You remember how he was dressed?
How he was dressed?
What color suit was he wearing?
You saw him yourself. It was dark blue. Why?
Just checking. What about his shirt? Was it unbuttoned? Was his tie loose?
Let's not talk about the shirt and tie, Harry. They were completely soaked with blood. And you want to tell me what this is all about?
Just one more thing. He wasn't wearing shoes, right?
Lots of jumpers take their shoes off before they jump. Don't ask me why. This guy left his sitting on his desk on the 30th floor.
Did you see them?
Yeah, they look brand new. Black loafers with those little tassels on them. Say, what is this? What the well-dressed suicide is wearing this season?
Thanks, Bill. Go on back to bed.
Well, after you called, I couldn't get back to sleep, so I decided to come down here and see what you're up to.
A guy calling himself Boris Karloff sent me an unpublished book he wrote, and in it he describes the suicide in exact detail, just the way it actually happened.
Yeah? What does he want you to do?
I don't know, but Murphy read a different part of the book yesterday, and it scared her so bad she passed out.
It made me feel like it was happening to me.
Can I have a look at it?
Here, the part I read began on Chapter 3.
Ooh. Starts right off, doesn't it? You see this, Harry? Chapter 3. I was lying on the gurney, unable to move, and my body was covered with a shroud, and of no further interest to the technicians because, after all, I was dead.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, this guy really knows how to nail you from page 1.
Either that, or he actually witnessed this stuff.
He described the suicide, but when he wrote it, it hadn't happened yet.
So you want me to believe he's psychic? He can foretell what's going to happen?
Or he can make it happen.
Forget it.
Listen to this, it goes on. The only part of my shattered body that could move were my tears. Knowing that I would be taken to the morgue and embalmed, then buried or burned to a powder, great tears welled up in my eyes and ran down my cheeks. But who would see the tears of a corpse being shed under a shroud?
That part really got to me.
Boris wanted to be sure I read Chapter 1, the suicide chapter.
Yeah, but he didn't go and push Meriden out the window to make it come true after dressing him in a blue serge suit and black loafers. You've got to face it, Harry, it was all a coincidence. I grant you, an amazing coincidence, but a coincidence.
Wait a minute. Suppose Karloff knew Meriden. He knew what he usually wore to the office.
No, that's too far-fetched.
Finally, after Barnett goes home, I decide to pay a visit to the offices of Stokes, Carr, Boyson, and Kester. It's a pretty big law firm, occupying both the 29th and 30th floors of the building. At the entrance on floor 29, I hand the receptionist my card and ask for the top guy at the company. And soon an older man shows up with a questioning expression, holding my card like it was a dead bug.
Mr. Nile, I'm Floyd Carr, senior partner. What can I do for you?
Well, I happened to witness the tragedy yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
I know this is an unusual thing to request, but I wonder if I could get a copy of Mr. Meriden's client list.
You can't be serious. Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, I figured you'd think I was another lawyer trying to salvage Meriden's business.
Your card says you're a private investigator. Just what is your interest in this tragedy?
Okay. I was given a book, an unpublished manuscript, actually, that described Mr. Meriden's suicide in every detail.
I'm not following.
The book described the suicide before it happened. All I want to do is find out if the author knew Mr. Meriden, like maybe he was a client.
In this book, did he mention Mr. Meriden by name or the firm's name?
No, but he described what Meriden was wearing, that he was an attorney, that he jumped from the 30th floor, and that he was in some kind of trouble.
Sheer fantasy, Mr. Nile. David Meriden was certainly in no sort of trouble. Beyond that, I have no comment. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm sure you understand that we're trying to adjust to these circumstances and get things back to normal.
Sure, I certainly understand. Well, thanks for your time, and you have my condolences.
That's very kind of you. Goodbye.
So I walk back into the hall and take the stairs up to the next floor, slip through a door marked private, and find myself in a big room filled with cubicles. I hear the drone of men busy on their phones behind 5-foot-high partitions. I take off my coat and toss it on a chair, loosen my tie, roll up my shirt sleeves, and I grab a yellow legal tablet from the table and walk through the maze of cubicles, looking busy. No one looks up as I make it to a row of private offices along the far wall. There are names on the doors, and the one labeled Mr. Meriden is standing ajar. I walk in and close it softly behind me and go to work. None of his desk drawers are locked, and it only takes me a minute to find what I came for. A folder with a tab marked Meriden Clients, 1956. Inside are 24 names and addresses. It's a carbon copy, so I don't feel bad about borrowing it. I slip it into the legal pad, but before I leave, I edge over to the window Meriden jumped from and force myself to look down on 2nd Avenue, 30 floors below. It's the last thing Meriden ever saw. My blood runs cold and I shudder. I hate high places.
Hi, Harry.
Hi, Murphy. Guess where I've been.
In David Meriden's office.
How did you know that?
Mr. Carr just phoned from his law firm. He said you'd been snooping in Mr. Meriden's office, and he wants you to return what you took.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Did you take something from his office?
Yeah, this. There are 24 names on this list. I found it in a file folder marked Clients 1956, so I'm assuming it's current.
Why did you take that?
Well, in Karloff's story, the guy committed suicide because he knew he was caught. So it probably involved one of his clients, and I thought I might see if I recognize any of them.
Harry Nile Investigations. One moment, I'll see if he's in. It's guess who again? Are you in or out?
I'll take it. I was going to call him. Mr. Karloff.
Yes, Harry. Are you enjoying my book?
Oh, yeah, I can't put it down.
Please try to sound a little more sincere.
What's on your mind, Boris?
Have you finished reading Chapter 2?
As a matter of fact, I haven't started on it yet. I've been too busy trying to figure out how you could have written Chapter 1.
Do you mean to say you haven't solved that yet? By this time, I would have expected you to have discovered how this unfortunate lawyer really met his end. But let me give you 3 helpful little words, and then you must read the 2nd chapter.
Okay, what 3 little words?
He was pushed.
Read Chapter 2, Harry.
Okay, Chapter 2. Moments later, the 2 men slipped back out of their victim's office and lost themselves among the lawyers and paralegals in their cubicles. They had only seconds to wait before voices of alarm echoed up to the 30th floor as staff members passed the news that someone had jumped to his death.
Well, go on.
I need that list of his clients.
Here.
Okay, I want you to look down this list and see if you recognize any notorious names, gangsters, politicians, communists.
Okay, I'll take the first 12 and you do the second 12.
All right. Let's see. McKay? No. Nesbitt? No. O'Callahan? No. Pratt? No. Rand?
But
no.
Pratt, did you say Pratt, P-R-A-T-T?
Yeah. William H. Pratt. Why, you know him?
William Henry Pratt is the real name of the real Boris Karloff.
Then that's the connection I was looking for. Our bogus Boris was writing about Meriden.
Well, then who was the other man who pushed Meriden out of his office window? Didn't he say the 2 men slipped out of their victim's office?
There he is, officer. And look, he's holding the list he's told. Get it from him.
Now hold on a minute, Mr. Carr. Let's see what Mr. Nile has to say.
Okay. The first thing I'd like to say is David Meriden was murdered by one of his clients and another man.
Utter nonsense.
Well, if you're talking homicide, I'll have to take you both over to headquarters and have a detective interview you.
All I asked you to do was help me get my stolen property back. Can't you just take it from him and give it to me?
Tell you what, officer. I think one of Meriden's clients, a Mr.
William H. Pratt.
Right, is ready to confess. He's already put it in writing, and he might even tell you who his partner was. In fact, why don't I loan you a book he wrote about it? It's pretty scary. It's called The Case of the Crying Corpse.
Did you see the paper, Harry? It's got the whole story about David Meriden's murder. It seems that he had drained the money out of several trusts, including Mr. Pratt's estate, and Meriden's boss, Carr, had to shut him up before he ruined their law business.
No, Murphy, I didn't happen to see that story. Maybe I'll read it when I finish doing the crosswords.
The Adventures of Harry Nile is a copyrighted radio series created by Jim French. Tonight's episode, The Case of the Crying Corpse, was directed by Pat French and featured Larry Albert as Harry and Pat French as Murphy, with Bill Brooks and Jay Green. Theme music was written and conducted by David Shire. This is Jay Green speaking. The Adventures of Harry Nile. It's April 1955. Spring came early to the hills and parks of Seattle. Harry Nile's private eye business is chugging along. Some bills are actually getting paid. Murphy's been working there almost 4 years now. Magruder the cat is controlling the mouse population in Harry's flat, and Harry has fallen into a comfortable routine. As comfortable as a PI dares to get, anyway. At noon on this day, Murphy eats her carrot sticks and cottage cheese in the office as usual, and Harry heads down to the Pioneer Cafe for a quick lunch.
Bernice, the waitress, plunks down a glass of water in front of me, turns up a mug, still hot from the dishwasher, into which she sloshes their famously strong coffee.
Ready to order, hon?
I don't know. What's good today?
Well, I'm good every day. But if you want lunch, I'd say take the fish and chips. They're on special. The fish were fresh this morning, and we changed the fat in the deep fry cooker just last month. Anyway, it's just $3.
How can I resist? All right, make it fish and chips.
Excellent choice.
And that's when I notice there's a guy in a tweed suit standing beside the empty chair at my table and smiling at me under a trim mustache.
I say I beg your pardon, but would you mind awfully sharing your table? It seems to be the only place available.
Oh, no, be my guest. Sit down.
Very kind of you. Ordinarily, I wouldn't think of intruding on one's privacy, but you see, I have an appointment at 1 o'clock, and it's already 12:15, which doesn't leave me much time to locate the address. But where are my manners? I'm John Revelle.
From?
London, England?
Well, I'm Harry Nile, Seattle, USA.
Pleasure.
Likewise. What brings you all the way to Seattle?
I'm on holiday. Well, actually, I'm also hoping to find my brother. He left England 17 years ago, and the last we heard, he'd settled here in Seattle.
What's his name?
James Revelle.
You have his address?
Just a mailing address in care of the YMCA. Where he's actually living, I haven't a clue.
Do you know what line of work he'd be doing?
For a time, he apprenticed as a tailor in our family shop on Savile Row, but he got into a bit of a dust-up with the police because of his drinking.
Uh-oh.
Then he pinched all the money from the shop's till and safe and used it to buy a ticket on a boat to New York.
And that was 17 years ago, 1938? He just missed Hitler blowing up London, didn't he?
Indeed. James and I had both gotten our conscription notices, but whilst I reported for duty, he sailed for America. The War Office tried to locate him and bring him back to stand trial for draft evasion, and Scotland Yard wanted him for grand larceny, but eventually they gave up.
What makes you think he lives here now?
Apparently, he saw a London newspaper, and he read of Father's death and sent a wire to the family's law firm, giving the Seattle YMCA as the address to send his inheritance to. But Father wrote him out of his will in 1945, so he's to inherit nothing.
What a surprise.
Still, I wired the YMCA, but they wired back that they'd never heard of him.
Well, he probably just picked up his mail there. Did you tell him you were coming here?
No, I should have done, but I didn't know the precise day I'd be here. And confidentially, I don't know whether James would want to see me. Here I do ramble on about my problems. By the way, what's your occupation, Mr. Nile, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a private investigator, and you can call me Harry.
A private investigator? Really? How fascinating.
Are you ready to order, hon?
What? Oh dear, I haven't even looked at the menu.
Try the roast turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy, $3.
Well, that sounds filling. I'll have that, thank you.
And do you want these on separate checks?
No, just put them both on my bill.
Hey, you don't have to do that.
Nonsense. You were kind enough to share your table, and I appreciate the company. As you say, be my guest.
So we make small talk until Bernice brings our orders, and I tie into my fish and chips while Ravel pokes his sliced turkey suspiciously and picks away at his dinner plate. I clean mine up. And then he looks at his watch.
Oh, look at the time. 12:30. I'm afraid I must be going. Don't want to be late for my appointment. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Harry. Do you have a card? I may want to ring you up.
Sure thing. Here you go.
I do hope we meet again. Waitress? Waitress?
Coming! How about a slice of apple pie?
I'd love it, but I have an appointment. Here, will this cover both of our lunches?
20? Yeah, that'll cover 'em. Like a blanket.
Back in the office, Murphy gives me the third degree about the Englishman.
David Niven or George Sanders or Walter Pigeon.
What?
Mr. Ravel, what type would you say he is?
I'd say he's the generous type. He gave Bernice a $14 tip. Next morning, the phone jangles me awake, which startles Magruder off the bed. Yeah.
Harry, this is Lou Butterfield. I wake you up?
No, I had to get up to answer the phone. What time is it anyway?
7 o'clock. You waking up to listen to something?
Sure, I guess so.
You know an Englishman by the name of John Ravel?
Ravel? Yeah, I met him yesterday. Why?
Because he says you're his alibi.
His alibi? What are you talking about?
Murder. Over here, Harry.
Don't you guys ever sleep?
It's called dedication, Harry. Especially when we got a murder on our hands. Take a seat.
Okay, fill me in.
Well, the victim was Herbert Wilcox, owner of Wilcox Jewelry. Little shop a few blocks up 3rd, shot during a holdup. 1 round through the chest. We haven't found the gun.
And you think Ravel did it? Why?
Because the guy reported and not only saw the shooter drive away, but he went into the store and asked the victim who shot him. And he said Ravel. And then he died. Now what I need
Wait a
from
minute,
you
hold it, Lou, hold it. Tell me how the jeweler would know the name of a guy who just come to town for the first time a few hours before.
Look, all I know is what the witness tells me. Claims he can identify Ravel and that the getaway car was a new maroon Chevy sedan from Coast Auto Rental.
And how would he know where it came from?
Because it had a Coast Auto Rentals license frame, all right? We checked the records, and a John Ravel had rented the Chevy a couple of hours before. So we put out an APB on the car, and one of our traffic units found it parked on the curb at Madison. We sent in a backup unit, and when Ravel showed up, they made the collar.
What time did the shooting happen?
About 12:20 yesterday afternoon.
12:20?
Mm-hmm.
I got news for you. At 12:20, John Ravel was eating lunch with me at the Pioneer Cafe.
Yeah, so he claims. Anyone else see him with you?
Sure. Bernice, the waitress. She waited on us.
Okay, let's take a ride over to the square.
Are you kidding? This place is a zoo at lunchtime.
But you do remember that a guy came in and sat down at my table with me yesterday. A guy in tweeds and an English accent and a mustache. I left you a $20 bill to pay for a $6 check.
The tweeds and mustache I don't recall, but the tip I remember.
Whoa, wait a second. Why did he give you a $14 tip?
It must have been love. Or maybe it was the mashed potatoes.
Bernice, do you remember what time he left the cafe? Now, it's important.
Sorry, I only notice the clock when it's quitting time.
Back at 3rd and James, they're holding a lineup for the witness. He's a guy named Bruce Coleman, almost bald, slight of build, with thick glasses and a trim beard. We're standing in a narrow, dark chamber with a big window that looks into the lineup room next door. 5 guys walk into the room holding numbers. John Ravel's number 3.
Now, is the man you saw coming out of the jewelry store one of the men in this lineup, Mr. Coleman?
Now, you're sure they can't see me?
You're looking at them through a one-way mirror. You can see them, but they can't see or hear us.
Well, okay.
All right, number 1, step up to the yellow line. Turn to your left. Now the right. All right, step back. Number 2, step up to the line. Turn to your left. Now your right. Step back. Number 3.
There he is. That's him. Number 3.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. That's him.
Okay, number 3. Step to the line. Turn to your left. Now to the right. Now stay there a minute. Well, you still think it's him?
Yes, I'd know him anywhere.
Hey, excuse me, but that's impossible.
Knock it off, Harry. All right, numbers 1, 2, 4, and 5. Thank you. You can go. Number 3, stay where you are. Thanks for your help, Mr. Coleman. I'll have someone take your statement and then you can go. But if this goes to trial, you'll be called to testify as a witness, okay?
Ravel won't have to see me, will he?
Not until the trial. You know better than to try to influence a witness, Harry. You better go get your watch fixed.
There's nothing wrong with my watch, but something's plenty wrong with Coleman's story. For starters, why would Ravel shoot Wilcox?
Armed robbery. He wanted to steal some sparklers, but Wilcox caught him at it, and Ravel shot him. I mean, how hard is that?
You do a paraffin test on Ravel's hands?
Sure. But by then it was 3 hours after the shooting, and he had plenty of time to scrub up. He did a good job, I'll give him that.
In other words, you can't prove Ravel fired a gun. Okay. If Ravel had never been in Seattle before, why rob Wilcox? Why not Weisfields or Fox's or Ben Bridge? They gotta have more jewelry and cash than Wilcox ever had.
Thanks for your help, Harry. You know, you probably need to get to your office. Murphy will be wondering where you are.
Wait a minute. I want to talk to Ravel.
I don't think so. It's time to go, Harry. Look, I got a pile of work.
Oh, now, come on. What harm will it do if I just talk with him?
What is it, Harry? You got a thing for limeys?
No. I got a thing for justice.
Oh, very noble. Oh, Harry, you can be such a pain in... All right. 5 minutes, visitor's room.
But how can they take the word of just one man who's completely mistaken, Harry? Is that enough to convict someone in this country?
Nah, it's going to take more than that. Now, listen. I want you to tell me everything you did yesterday, beginning with when your plane landed in Seattle.
I will. But before anything else, I want to confess something.
Oh? Okay, I'm listening.
I hired a Seattle detective agency by telephone from London before I left to come here. That's why I had to see yesterday. I had no idea, of course, that I'd be having lunch beforehand with another private detective, and just as I was leaving their office, I mentioned your name to the head of the agency, and, well, to be blunt, he seemed rather condescending. Sneering would be a better word. I didn't care for that, and I told him so. Shall I tell you his name?
Ward Shepperton.
Oh, you know his reputation?
I know him.
Well, I fired him on the spot and got my money back, and I'd like to hire you if you're available and interested.
Well, I'm available and I'm interested, but first you need to tell me where you were between the time you left the cafe and the time you were picked up by the cops.
As I said, I went straight to the Shepperton Detective Agency.
At his office?
Yes.
How long were you there?
Until nearly 3 o'clock.
Well, then, Shepperton's your alibi.
That's another problem. Mr. Shepperton was miffed when he had to give me back the fee I'd paid him, so he apparently told the police he'd never heard of me.
Well, buck up. Law says they can hold you only 48 hours, and they've got to charge you or let you go. All right, now I've got a few more questions, okay?
All right.
Who knew you were coming to Seattle?
You mean who in Seattle knew it? No one.
Someone did.
Well, the airline, of course.
The rental car people?
Yes, I hired a rental car through the airline.
How about the hotel?
I was going to find a hotel after seeing Shepperton, but the police took me away instead.
So you're not booked into any hotel?
No. I'm sorry I'm not more help.
Well, don't worry about it. Look, I'll keep in touch with Butterfield and pick you up when you're released. Hey, now, I'm going to talk with this guy Coleman. Coleman Printing is next door to Wilcox Jewelry. There's police tape across the jewelry store entrance, but the door is standing open, and I peer inside. A woman is at the back of the store with a uniformed cop standing nearby. He sees me and walks to the door.
The store is closed.
Right, I know. I'm working on the case. Look, I'm a PI. Here's my card.
Harry Nile. And who you working for?
Well, for myself at the moment. Who's the woman in the back there?
Well, that's Mrs. Wilcox.
The widow?
That's right.
What's she doing here?
She's taking inventory to see what was stolen yesterday.
Stolen? I didn't hear anything was stolen.
Yeah, she's making a list to give to her insurance company.
Well, could I just talk to her for a minute?
I don't think so.
Just to give her my condolences?
Yeah, well, I could ask her. Mrs. Wilcox.
Yes?
This is a private detective, Mr.
Harry Nile, Mrs. Wilcox, and I'm terribly sorry about your husband.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Well, actually, I came down here to visit your next-door neighbor.
Bruce Coleman?
That's right. But I saw your door was open.
Well, I think Mr. Coleman is in his shop.
Yes, ma'am. You know, I didn't realize anything was actually stolen out of your husband's store.
After that man shot my husband in cold blood, he scooped up thousands of dollars worth of jewelry while poor Herbert lay dying.
Oh, that's a lot of jewelry for a guy to carry.
It was mostly rings and uncut diamonds. They take up very little space. They can fit in a pocket.
Well, you see, there's something I don't understand. Now, according to Mr. Coleman, your husband spoke the name Ravel before he died. Did he know someone by that name?
I was given to understand that Ravel was the name of the man who shot him.
You know, it's strange, because the Ravel the police are holding is an Englishman who just arrived in Seattle yesterday morning.
I'm sure I don't know. You'll have to talk with Bruce.
Right. Well, I'm going next door right now, and thanks, Mrs. Wilcox.
Be with you in a moment. Just have to finish writing down this order. There. Now, how can I help you?
I'm a private investigator.
I know you. You were at the police lineup, weren't you?
Right. Here's my card.
Ugh, who made your cards? You need a job of printing done.
Yeah, well, not right now. Look, I just have a couple of questions about the shooting next door.
Horrible, wasn't it? And such a nice fellow.
Well, I didn't know him. Could you clear up something for me? Lieutenant Butterfield said you called the police at 12:23. Is that right?
I think that was the time, yes.
And the police say that Wilcox was shot 3 minutes earlier?
Yes.
Well, how did you first know about the shooting?
Why, I heard it.
What did you do next?
I ran out onto the sidewalk. I was going to go next door when this person ran out of the store and got into a sedan that was parked at the curb and drove off at high speed.
And you read the name on the car's license frame?
That's right. Coast Auto Rentals.
Oh, good thinking. I bet you helped the police catch the guy. Were there any other witnesses?
I don't know. I didn't stand around outside. I hurried in Mr. Wilcox's store and saw him lying on the floor. I've been all over this with the police, you know.
Was there anyone in the store with him?
No, he was alone.
What did you do?
Well, he was trying to say something, so I bent down and he whispered, Ravel. And I asked him to repeat it, and he said the name again, Ravel, just as clear as can be. Well, it was obvious that he was mortally wounded, and I thought of putting him in my car and rushing him to hospital, but Wilcox was a big man, must have outweighed me by 80 or 90 pounds, and I knew I'd never be able to lift him by myself, and what's more, I could see he was dying. So instead, I called the police. It was all I could think of.
Welcome to Coast Auto Rental. How can I help you?
Yesterday morning, you rented a car to a Mr. Ravel. You remember that?
I certainly do. The police were down here asking all sorts of questions about him. Are you a reporter?
No, I'm a detective.
With the police?
No, a private detective. Look, here's my card. Now, were you on duty when he showed up yesterday?
Yes.
So you helped him make out the paperwork?
Yes, I've already shown it to the detective who was here yesterday.
Which detective? You remember his name?
No, he was with the police. He showed me his identification.
His badge?
No, it was a card.
A card? You think you could describe him for me?
Well, he wore a beard and he was about this tall, fairly slender build.
Glasses?
Yes, he wore glasses. He was only here a minute. He just looked at Mr. Ravel's insurance application and then he left.
I'd like to see that paperwork.
I'll get it for you. I haven't put it back in the file yet. We're actually not supposed to do this, but under the circumstances, here.
Maroon Chevy, plate number ACD 237. Is that car back on your lot yet?
No, the police haven't returned it.
I see. One more thing. Did the car have a license plate frame with a company name on it?
All of our cars have them, front and back.
Of course. It was Coleman who posed as the cop. That's how he knew Ravel had come to town and what kind of a car he was driving. But how did he know Ravel? When I get to 3rd and James, he's waiting for me in the lobby, and I make one phone call to Lou Butterfield. Hey, Lou, is there any chance you could meet me at Wilcox Jewelers before they close for the night?
What for?
Oh, I just thought you'd like to be in on the wrap-up.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. May I? Oh, it's you, Lieutenant. Was it Mr. Nile? You were here earlier today. May I help you find something?
Matter of fact, yes, Mrs. Wilcox, the gun.
I beg your pardon.
The one that killed your husband.
Bruce, come out here, please. I don't know what you people are trying to pull off here,
You
but
got Coleman working for you now?
he's a good friend through this terrible time. I don't know what I would have done without him.
What is it, Cherry? What's going on? Lieutenant. Mr. Nile, what is this?
Well, I thought you should meet the guy you say killed Mr. Wilcox.
Lieutenant, you promised there'd be no face-to-face.
How about it, John? Was I right?
Hey, you want to let me in on this?
Sure. See, I knew John Revell couldn't have killed Wilcox because Revell was with me at the time Coleman said he saw him running from this store. So I knew Coleman was lying to cover up his own guilt.
I didn't kill him. God's truth. I swear on a stack of Bibles.
But I didn't know how Coleman could have known Revell was even in this country, unless he knew he was coming. And how would he know?
My brother knew. I'd written in care of the YMCA and told him I was coming.
So this gave you a perfect opportunity, didn't it, Coleman? Now, with your brother in the picture, you could schedule the murder of Wilcox and pin it on someone you've hated for 17 years.
This guy is nuts, Lieutenant. I don't have a brother, and I'm an American, born and raised right here in this country.
You know how I know? You wanted to sell me a job of printing, an English expression. And later on, you said you wanted to take Wilcox to hospital, the way the English say it, leaving out the.
All right, don't believe me. Believe Mr. Wilcox himself. He said it was Revell who shot him.
Afraid not, Coleman. The medical examiner just finished with the autopsy. He tells me the bullet went straight through his heart. Death was instantaneous. He wouldn't have had time to say anything.
Besides which, how would Wilcox have known Revell?
Gentlemen, I've been watching and listening, and now it is quite obvious. Bruce Coleman is my twin brother, James Revell.
You're nuts.
What are you talking about? You two don't look anything alike.
No, we never did. Identical twins look alike. We are fraternal twins, which merely means we were born of the same mother at the same time. You've grown a beard and shaved your head, Jamie. But one thing you couldn't change is your voice and attitude.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You're still wanted in England for evading war service and for stealing from our firm. Dear brother, it's time for you to face the music.
Okay, you two lovebirds are under arrest.
But don't stop now. Tell me who really did kill Mr. Wilcox.
Who do you think?
The woman, Sherry Wilcox. She and Coleman were having a torrid affair, so she killed her husband, and Coleman made up the story about his brother to divert suspicion away from himself and Sherry. He would have gotten revenge on his brother, whom he hated all these years, and he would be free to have Sherry Wilcox all to himself. How am I doing?
Good night, Murphy.
Harry? Harry!
You have heard A Scheduled Murder, written by Albert Clark and Jim French, and featuring Larry Albert as Harry Nile, Pat French as Murphy, and Stephen Waite as Lieutenant Lou Butterfield. Also in our cast were Kate Fleming, Ted Darms, Karen Nelson, and yours truly, Jay Green. The Adventures of Harry Nile are directed by Pat French and produced by Jim French. This is Jay Green speaking. The Adventures of Harry Nile.
Morning, Murphy.
Morning, Harry. You're puffing.
I'm what?
You're puffing.
Yeah, well, I just walked up the stairs.
One flight? That shouldn't make you out of breath. You really need to take better care of yourself, Harry. Cut out the coffee. Get some exercise. Lose some weight.
I like my weight where it is.
You mean around your middle?
You know what I mean.
Look, the public library has some excellent books on physical fitness, and I'll be happy to...
Hey, I gave up booze. I gave up cigarettes. Now you want me to give up coffee? What's next? Chewing gum?
I've never seen you chew gum.
I only do it in the privacy and comfort of my own apartment. Look, let's change the subject. What's on my schedule today?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Of course, you could sign a few checks so I could pay some bills.
We don't send out money when there's nothing coming in.
Okay. Here's the morning paper. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it at the Pioneer while I ate breakfast.
Did you read about the mystery of the missing councilman?
Saw something about it. Floyd Dishman, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was supposed to announce the winning bidder on the new city hall Wednesday, but he didn't come to the city council meeting, and they don't know where he is or where all the bids are.
Well, I hear Dishman's a millionaire. Maybe he fell off his yacht.
And so begins another day in the life of Harry Nile. A bleak day, by all indications. No clients, no money, no coffee. But Harry would be the first to admit that things can change. And on this particular day, when a change comes, it's profound. After it was all over, and Murphy collected Harry's notes for his case file, she had no trouble deciding on a name to write on the folder. The case is titled, A Trail to a Corpse.
So I retired to my inner office. I spent some time gazing out the window at the sunny waters of Elliott Bay, with my mind as empty as my bank account. For a while, nothing interrupts my solitude. No one knocks on my door, nobody rings my phone. Then, Murphy relents and brings me a hot, fresh cup of coffee and sets it down on my desk with a paper towel and an indulgent smile.
I suppose one cup won't hurt.
You're all heart, Murph.
Hello, anybody there?
Who's that?
Hey, Seattle Police, the joint is raided.
She's at the cops. In here, Lou.
Oh, Detective Butterfield. I hardly know you. You're dressed so...
I think the word you're looking for is casually.
Try seedy. What's with the raggedy shirt and jeans?
I'm going hiking in the mountains, do a little fishing.
So why are you down here?
Well, I had this great idea, Harry. It's a beautiful morning, so why waste it? You ever been up along the Cayuse River?
Where's that?
It's a tributary of the Snoqualmie. At this time of year, it'll be running fast and full. I thought if you weren't busy, we could take the trail along the river, maybe catch us some trout and fry
Hey, hold it a minute. Is this the same smooth detective who outcons the con men, plays all the angles?
I know, you think of me as dapper and debonair, street smart, tough, savvy...
And don't forget modest.
Oh, yeah. Seriously, though, you need a change of scene, Harry. Come on.
Go ahead, Harry. You know I can manage the office by myself.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of. I couldn't think of a reason not to go. So we drive to my place, I change clothes and open a new can of cat food for Magruder, and then we head east to cross the floating bridge and up US 10 in his old pickup. When are you going to break down and buy yourself a new truck?
What's wrong with this one? It's only got 97,000 miles on it.
Yeah, barely broken in. We get to North Bend and stop at a cafe to buy some sandwiches and coffee. And then Lou drives out of town and takes a dirt road that winds through the trees. Finally, the road ends at a little unpaved parking area.
Not too many people use this road, mostly Forest Service. Okay, now you take the poles on our lunches, and I'll carry the tackle and bait boxes. Ready to hike?
Sure. Which way are we going?
We're going to take a shortcut through the woods. Come on.
How'd you ever find this place?
Oh, a few years ago, I was part of a search and rescue team that was looking for a downed plane.
They ever find it?
Nah, never did. They figured it probably went into a lake. Some lakes in the Cascades are 1,000 feet deep. Okay, now, the forest's closing in, and the trail will get some slippery spots because the sunlight doesn't get down here through the trees much, except in the middle of the summer. We'll come out into the sunshine when we get down to the river.
We tramp along through ferns and stuff for another quarter hour or so. Then the path starts climbing.
The river's just over this little hill. Watch your steps, pretty slick in places.
This little hill is steep enough to make my knees want to go on strike. At last we reach the top. And there below us is the river. Wild and crystal clear, running bank to bank. We half walk and half slide down to where our trail meets one that runs along the riverbank.
Now, if we turn left and go north along the river, we get into higher country and more trees. If we go right, the trees thin out as we follow the river down to a bridge just above Falls City. Yeah, I think the north way's a lot prettier.
Well, then let's go north. Whoa, you really do know your stuff, don't you?
Like I say, I've been up here before.
As we walk along the trail, he pulls a flour sack out of his jacket and starts to shake it open. What's that for?
Trash. We'll put our garbage in it when we're done eating.
You must have been a Boy Scout.
Yeah, I was a scout. Made Eagle, in fact. Yeah, if you're nice, I'll show you my merit badges sometime.
We hike slowly through the morning, not saying a whole lot. till all of a sudden Lou stops in his tracks and stares at something beside the river. What you got?
Come here. First, I thought someone had just dumped some clothes.
That's a body.
He was shot.
You think it was a hunting accident?
I don't know. Hey, help me turn him over.
You think we should wait for the police?
What police? I am the police. Come on, you take that in.
He's been here a while.
Yeah, he's not too fresh.
Lou, there are 2 bullet wounds here.
Yeah, so much for the hunting accident theory.
What do you want to do now?
How much we can do.
No, I mean, gotta report it.
I'll report it.
I hate to just, leave him here. We don't even know who he is. Gotta find that out. I'm gonna look for his wallet.
Be my guest. You better hold your breath.
All right, got it. Oh my gosh, you know who this is? This is Floyd Dishman, the missing city councilman. What do you suppose he was doing up here?
How would I know? Hey, wasn't he supposed to be downtown announcing which contractor made the low bid on building the city hall?
Yeah, I read something about that. Hey.
What?
You see where the body was lying before we rolled him over?
Yeah?
Well, if he was shot twice in the chest, there ought to be a lot of blood under there. But I don't see any at all.
If he was shot 2 days ago, the blood would have had time to soak into the ground and dry.
I don't think so. Look, let me take my pocket knife and dig up some of the dirt.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, nothing but ordinary dirt. Which means he didn't bleed out here. He was shot and bled out somewhere else.
Oh, come on. You have to make a mystery out of everything. How could a guy take 2 slugs in his chest, lose most of his blood, and then walk over here by the river to die?
He didn't. Whoever shot him must have moved him here.
Now, why would he do that?
Well, I have no idea.
Let me see his wallet, huh?
Here.
That's what I thought. Dishman was rich, right? But there's no money in his wallet.
You're saying you think he was killed for his money?
Well, everyone knows he was loaded.
So, the bandit shoots him twice, steals his money, then he puts his wallet back and drags the body away from the crime scene? Why?
What does it matter? What I have to do now is get back to my truck and get to a phone and call us in.
I think we ought to have a look around and see if we can find where he was shot.
Will you please just leave it alone? Do I have to remind you that you are not the police detective here?
Hey, take it easy, Lou.
Come on, we gotta get back to the truck.
Okay. Look, why don't you go on ahead? I'll nose around here and see you when you get back with the ME.
I'm not leaving you out here. There are bears around, you know. Now, come on.
If you're worried about bears, leave me your gun. I know you brought it. I saw the bulge in your jacket.
You know the rules. No civilian is allowed to handle a police weapon.
Only that isn't a police weapon, is it? A Regulation 38 with a 4-inch barrel wouldn't fit into your pocket.
Harry, I'm not going to stand here arguing with you.
Then take off. I'll see you when you get back.
You are the stubbornest, stupidest, poor excuse for a gumshoe I've ever seen.
Hey, while we're standing here, we could be looking for any sign of the shooter. Come on, I'm going up the trail a ways.
I ought to leave you out here.
Fine.
What are you looking for?
I'm just backtracking Dishman's heel marks. Ziller had some reason to move him. He had to drag him, but Dishman was fairly heavy, so he wouldn't have been dragged very far. I've stepped in some blood. A lot of blood. This must be where he fell after he was shot. Sometime later, he was dragged away and left beside the river.
Why? For what reason?
There's only one I can think of. So he could be found.
Oh, that's crazy. A killer doesn't want his victim to be found. Now where are you going?
I'm just wondering if there's any sign of the guy who killed him. Come here, Lou. Look what I found under the trees. Another dead guy. Oh, he took one in the back of the head.
All right, Harry, now I'm telling you. Leave it for the police. Come on back with me, we'll find a phone and get some help out here, but I can't let you wander around a crime scene.
It'd be a shame if one of those bears you mentioned should find the body. I mean, they could really mess up your crime scene. Look, help me turn this poor guy over. And look what's under him. A neat little automatic. I wonder if this is the one that shot Dishman.
I'm warning you, Harry. we're friends and all, but you're taking the law into your own hands, and I can't let you do it.
Holy smoke, he's got an exit wound that blew his whole face off. Let's see what's in his pockets.
Stop it, Harry. Stop it right there. You've already broken half a dozen laws, and I can't let you get into any deeper trouble.
Oh, so that's your gun. Well, that's a neat little heater, Lou. What is it, a snub-nose 38? That 2-inch barrel isn't exactly police issue, is it?
Don't play funny with me, Harry. Back away from the body.
You want to know who he was?
I'll let the homicide boys handle that.
Well, you didn't object to my finding Floyd Dishman's ID. Wait a minute. Lou, I apologize all over the place. I just realized why you don't want me meddling with these killings. You don't want to share the credit for solving the case. Relax. I won't say a word.
You lost your mind. You think I'm worried about you, a small-time PI? Look, this isn't some comic book caper. I'm in charge here, and I got a victim, and now I got a perp, and you happen to be along for the ride, so that's it. So back off.
Yeah, but the perp is also a victim, which means someone shot him. Now, with 2 men dead, how are you going to figure out who shot who?
The lab can figure it out. I've done my work.
You know, I have an idea. If we can find out who this dead guy is, it may tell us what really went down here. Let's look at his ID. Do I have your permission? Or do you want to get his wallet? No, I guess I better do it since you're busy holding the gun on me. Yeah, here it is. You want to look at it? Oh, sure you do. It's your case. Here you go.
You really are a smart ass, aren't you? All right, give it here.
Well?
His driver's license said his name is Richard Landos. His residence is in Boston, Mass. Born 1927.
So, he was only 30. Wonder what he was doing out here. What's his name again?
Richard Landos.
Landos. Didn't I read somewhere that one of the big outfits that's bidding on the City Hall job is Landos Construction out of Boston?
So?
Don't you see the connection here, Lou? If Richard Landos represents one of the 3 companies that submitted final bids, and the final selection was supposed to be made by Floyd Dishman, this thing has to involve money. A lot of money.
Everything involves money, Harry.
Yeah, but what I can't figure out is why these 2 guys were way up here in the mountains. Was Dishman tipping off Landos that his bid was going to win? Or was Landos up here to hand Dishman a bribe to make sure his bid was going to win? Something went wrong. Why was he shot twice in the chest? And why was Landos shot and killed?
Harry, there are some things you're never gonna find out, and this is one of them. All right, Harry, going back to the truck.
No, you go. I'm staying here.
The devil you are.
What law am I breaking if I stay here?
You'll be tampering with evidence, polluting the crime scene.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I know you.
Well, let's see. If I go back to town with you, you won't want me sharing the glory and the honor of finding 2 dead guys. If I stay here while you fetch the boys in blue, you think I might start tampering with the evidence. Yeah. I guess the only safe thing for you to do is to shoot me too.
We're wasting time, Harry. Come on.
In fact, here's the thought. You could tell the chief of detectives that I was the one who shot both of these guys before you shot me in self-defense. Gee, I could be posthumously famous.
Are you through wisecracking?
Are you through lying to me?
What'd you say?
You've been lying to me, Lou. You lied about why you wanted to bring me up here to walk along a river. You positioned Dishman's corpse along the trail yourself, where I was supposed to discover it.
Oh, you're crazy.
Then I saw his body had been moved after he was killed, and then I found the body of Richard Landos, dead of a shot in the back of his head by a hollow point bullet. Who killed Dishman?
Landos!
Then who shot Landos? Couldn't have been Dishman. He had 2 slugs in his chest. So, was there a 3rd shooter up here with a gun loaded with hollow points? I'll tell you what could have happened. Dishman, rich as he may have been, accepted a bribe from Landos and Company to name them as the winning bidder in that $12 million City Hall project. The payoff was supposed to go down in this remote area where there was no danger of being seen, but something went wrong, and Landos killed Dishman. Had to be a 3rd person up here, and after Landos shot Dishman, the 3rd guy showed himself and ordered Landos to drop the gun and put his hands up. But Landos broke and ran, and the 3rd man drew his own gun and fired after him. Yeah. You were that third man, Lou.
Okay, for the sake of argument, Harry, why would I have been up here in the woods witnessing the whole thing? And where would I get hollow-nosed bullets, huh? You want to check my gun? I'll crack open the cylinder. Huh? Nothing but standard .38 caliber cartridges.
Of course. You wouldn't have used a snub-nosed .38 to shoot a fleeing man. They're only accurate over a short range.
Correct.
So there had to be another gun loaded with hollow point bullets.
You know, you're pretty good, Harry. All right, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. 3 days ago, I got a call from Mr. Dishman.
Detective, I have some very unpleasant news to share with you.
What is it, Councilman?
As you know, I head the committee to select the contracting firm to build our new city hall.
Yeah, I do know that.
We've narrowed the bids to 3 and notified these 3 that one of them will be the winner of the contract.
Yeah?
Well, first thing this morning, I got a call from one of them, an excellent firm with a long track record.
Uh-huh.
The young man on the phone offered me a bribe to select his company, a $10,000 bribe.
Huh. So what did you tell him?
I stalled him until I could report it. Now, what do you want me to do? Tomorrow's the day I have to announce the winning company.
I take it the bribe didn't come from the winning company.
As a matter of fact, it did, from the son of the owner.
Well, then I worked out a plan and called Dishman back and coached him on where to meet and what to do. I gave him a little mic to clip to his undershirt and hooked him up to a little tape recorder that looked like a pack of king-size cigarettes to go in his pocket. Well, then I hid in the bushes, ready to arrest Landos as soon as he hands over the bribe, and we'd have it all on tape.
Mr. Dishman, Rick Landos, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Landos, do you have the money we agreed on?
Am I supposed to know what you're talking about?
Oh, please. Let's get down to business. I don't have all day.
Okay. We understand the deal, right? Landos Construction wins the contract.
Correct.
You look kind of nervous, Mr. Dishman.
Just hand over the money so we can finish with this.
Okay, sure. Here you go.
Oh, just a minute. Damn it.
Hey, what are you doing? What is that? You're wearing a wire!
Of course, I'll never know exactly what happened, but when Dishman reached for the package of money, he must have felt the mic was slipping or something, and when he tried to adjust it, Landos pulled a gun and fired at him, and the bullet struck the recorder. Dishman was still on his feet. Well, I jumped out and hollered to Landos to drop his gun, and he fired a second time. And that one finished Dishman. Well, then Landos took off on the run and fired at me, but he missed.
And you fired a hollow point round at him and caught him in the back of the head.
That's right.
What happened to the bribe money?
It's locked in an evidence box at headquarters.
By the way, who emptied Mr. Dishman's wallet?
Well, you took it off his body. I never touched it. Now you're going to answer some questions. When'd you get suspicious?
This morning, back in my office. I was never convinced that you invited me to come up into the mountains just for my health, so I was waiting to see what the gag was when we just happened to discover Dishman's body. What were the odds of your just happening to pick a place to stop for our picnic that was barely 30 feet from where the body was?
Hey, you never heard of coincidence?
Yeah, I don't believe in coincidence. You needed me to find the body so there'd be no question about your story, and you needed a reliable witness to back you up. Why would a police detective need to be backed up by a private eye? And what made you think I'd go for it?
Because you owe me.
I owe you? For what?
From March of 1950, when I took you out of harm's way and gave you a start up here. I found you a nice place to live. I gave you your first case. Remember the judge who was pushed out of a plane?
Okay. Look, did you murder either Dishman or Landos?
Of course not. Landos killed Dishman, which I witnessed, and I shot Landos after he shot at me. Knowing I'm a cop. Now, all I need for you is to corroborate that, if they ask you, which they probably won't. I'm a commissioned police detective, and you... well, you're Harry Nile.
You have heard A Trail to a Corpse, written and produced by Jim French, directed by Pat French, and starring Larry Albert as Harry Nile, with Pat French as Murphy. Our special guest star was Stephen Waite, who played Detective Lou Butterfield. This drama is copyrighted by Jim French Productions. This is Jay Green speaking. The Adventures of Harry Nile. truth, they say, is stranger than fiction. But when the lines between truth and fiction become blurred, Harry Nile finds himself in an even stranger place, in a case he calls righting wrongs.
Mr. Nile, I hope you'll forgive my dropping in without an appointment like this.
Well, it just so happens you're in luck. You caught me between cases.
Way between.
Take a seat, Mr.
Valley. Morgan Valley.
Morgan Valley? I know that name.
I don't think we've ever met, miss.
Oh, Murphy has a photographic memory. If she's seen your name written down somewhere, it's stored away in that red-headed noggin.
Doesn't your company publish Astounding Detective magazine?
Why, yes, I believe it does.
I just love detective stories.
Do you read the magazine?
Oh, I'm afraid I had to cancel my subscription about a year ago. I didn't get that raise I was counting on.
I'll have a word with Miss Bauer at the office and arrange for some back issues to be sent to you.
Well, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Valley.
So you want to hire a real detective, Mr. Valley?
I suppose I do. My situation is a little unusual.
It usually is.
Last May, I bought my wife a diamond necklace for our anniversary. A couple of days ago, I was informed that the necklace exactly matches the description of one that was stolen in San Francisco the previous April. You see the problem?
Uh-huh. You could be facing a charge for receiving stolen goods.
If it's the same necklace. But, yes.
But if you bought it from a legitimate jeweler,
That's
then...
the problem, Miss Murphy.
Oh, it's just Murphy.
Yes. You see, I bought the necklace from a friend of a friend. Actually, more like an acquaintance of an acquaintance.
I don't suppose either of these acquaintances has a name?
I'd rather not get into that.
Uh-huh.
A jeweler friend of mine has a country place on Vashon Island. He's agreed to take a look at it there in strictest confidence and give me his opinion. If it is the San Francisco necklace, then it goes into the Sound.
But you could always send it back to the original owners.
I'm sorry, Miss Murphy. Murphy, but I can't risk that.
Well, it sounds like you've got all the angles covered, Mr. Valley. Much as I hate to say this, what do you need me for?
Maybe I'm worrying too much, but say I get pulled over for speeding or a broken taillight or something. The police find the necklace, make a few calls.
So why not hire a courier?
It's far too risky.
So I take the risk?
For which you'll be well paid. Shall we say $1,000 retainer?
Yeah, let's say that. Murphy tells me it's not appropriate to dance a jig on my desk when a client mentions money, so I wait until Valley leaves the office. We arrange to meet outside his apartment building at 7:30 sharp. Take a necklace from point A to point B. What could possibly go wrong? If I'm planning on making a good impression, I should spruce up. So I pick up my other suit from the dry cleaners. Once I've changed, I call Murphy at the office.
I noticed you took your 38 from the drawer.
Don't panic, Murph. I'm not planning on using it.
You won't mind if I stay up and worry all the same.
Try listening to the radio or something. Take your mind off me.
You have a very low sense of self-esteem, Harry.
That's why I carry a gun. Sorry.
You should be. Maybe I'll do a little reading till I hear from you. Those back issues of Astounding Detective showed up.
Pretty fast.
Whole year's worth, except for issue 66. I guess they were out of that one.
Well, enjoy.
I plan to. You want to read them when I'm done?
No, thanks. After the case of the crying corpse, I'm done with crime fiction. Life isn't like a story, Murphy.
I'll get out here, thanks. Mr. Nile, sorry I'm late. Advertiser problems, you understand.
Not really.
You just get here yourself?
A couple of minutes ago.
Okay, just give me a second to pay off the cab and we can go up together. And remember, if my wife asks, you're a courier.
Courier, right.
She'll be here in a moment.
Uh-huh. Hey, what happened to your lock?
What the? It looks like it's been...
All right. You stay out here. I'm going inside.
Laura?
I thought I told you to stay outside.
Damn it, Nile, my wife is at home. Laura? Laura? Oh, my God! Laura!
Mr. Alley.
It's Laura, Mr. Nile. I think she can't be.
She's dead, Mr. Valley. Someone strangled her.
Okay, Nile, who'd you kill this time?
Oh, great. Detective Meeker, this is Mr. Morgan Valley. His wife was murdered tonight.
Oh, you're right. I'm very sorry for your loss, sir.
Thank you.
Rest assured we'll do everything to catch the guy, man, responsible. Let's get out of here, Nile. Your client's depressing me.
You're all heart, Meeker.
Okay, it's pretty obvious how this thing plays out. A is planning to break into B's apartment, thinks B is out because the lights are off, but Mrs. B is just turned in early.
She had a name, you know. Laura Valley.
I always use A and B. Okay, so B breaks into the apartment, wakes up Mrs. A.
I thought A was breaking into B's apartment.
Who's telling this story? There's a struggle. A kills B, or B kills A, whatever. Then he grabs what he can and hightails it out of there. Now, this place has a doorman, and he never saw a thing. So X must have used the service elevator.
Who the heck is X?
Are you paying attention?
I don't know, Meeker. It seems to me...
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it, Nile. Whoever killed Valley's wife, we'll get him.
Lieutenant, we got him.
Hear that, Nile? Your tax dollars in action.
Down here.
You get a name out of him, McGavin?
Didn't get anything out of him. He's dead, sir.
Dead? What do you mean, dead?
You still here? What do you mean, Dad?
Looks like he fell down the stairs and broke his neck.
So, I guess we can rule out Einstein for a name, huh?
We haven't touched him, sir, but you can see where some of the jewelry spilled out of that bag.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I know this customer. Cy Kramer, one of the best second-story men in the business. Long time, Cy. Okay, call the coroner, McGavin. With luck, we'll all be home by midnight.
Meeker, you can't be serious.
You see this badge? It means I can be whatever I want to be.
You know the war is over, right? They can get parts for your head now.
Shut up, McGavin.
Yes, sir.
Don't go believing your own worthless reputation, Nile. Ain't you got some garbage cans to be looking under?
If he took the service elevator up here, why did he take the stairs to get out? Wouldn't he run into the doorman?
Hey, who cares? We got the killer, we got the jewelry. Sounds like a pretty good night's work to me. Okay, McGavin, get him wrapped up. We'll take him to go.
It's pretty clear that Meeker and his sense of self-satisfaction are very happy together, and they don't need me cutting in. So I head back to the Valley's apartment. But I take the time to check out the service elevator. According to the dial above the door, it's on first. If Cy Kramer took it up here, who took it down again? Well, even with someone like Meeker on the case, it takes a few hours before the cops clear out, taking the bodies of Laura Valley and Cy Kramer with them. But eventually, it's just me and my client.
This is all some sick nightmare. I keep thinking that any minute now I'm going to wake up and Laura will be here.
I understand how you feel, Mr. Valley. I really do.
Call me Morgan, Harry. You've earned it.
Morgan, do you have any family you can stay with tonight? Because believe me, you don't want to be here.
I suppose I could call my sister. What now?
Mr. Valley, we need to talk.
Who are you?
My name is Jake Gillespie. I was one of the writers on Astounding Detective.
Jake Gillespie. Why do I know
well,
that name?
We had some correspondence last year when I wanted that raise.
Yes, of course. You sent me the photostats for your bank statement.
Yeah, because I needed you to understand my financial situation.
This isn't the best time.
Well, this morning, my latest Doghouse Riley story came back to me unread. When I called Miss Bauer at the magazine, she said my material was no longer required.
I don't get involved in editorial matters. I just pay the bill.
Well, I'm far and away the best writer you have. So my question to you is why? Why are you treating me like this? What have I done to deserve this? I'm sorry, but I think I deserve an answer, and I think I deserve it from you.
My wife just died, Jake.
Died? You mean... Wow. This is probably a bad time. Yeah, this is definitely a bad time. I'll come back tomorrow. Should I call first?
Yes, call first, Jake.
Okay, sorry for your loss.
I should go after him.
Save yourself the trouble, Harry. Jake's harmless.
No trouble, Morgan. This one's on the house. So I tail Jake Gillespie, which is pretty easy since he's on foot. And he walks, and walks, and walks. And eventually he walks into a bar that's a mite snug-fitting.
What'll it be, fellas?
My usual Stan.
Yeah, I'll have the same.
Hey, are you following me?
Yeah.
For how long? I mean, like, for years? Because, ever since I was a kid, I felt
Just
like people...
sit down, Jake. I want to talk to you.
Who are you?
I'm a private detective. My name's Harry Nile.
No kidding. I never wrote anyone like you.
Here you go, Jake. Your usual.
Your usual is milk?
I never touch alcohol. It makes me unreasonable.
Uh-huh. And barging into your publisher's home late at night, that seems reasonable to you.
Well, I have a legitimate grievance. I assumed Mr. Valley would respect my initiative. Probably would have if his wife hadn't died.
You don't seem too concerned about that.
I have problems of my own. I can't get wrapped up in other people's concerns.
Don't you want to know how she died?
Not really. Aren't you going to drink your milk?
She was strangled, Jake. Someone entered the apartment building by the service elevator, picked the lock, and killed Laura Valley while she was taking a nap.
The service... Do they suspect anyone?
Yeah, a housebreaker named Cy Kramer was found on the stairwell with his neck broken.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Jake?
No, don't follow me. Get away from me.
Hey, come back!
Hey, mister, you gonna pay for that milk?
It takes me nearly a full day to track down Jake Gillespie's apartment, but I'm too late. He's packed up his typewriter and left for parts unknown. Meanwhile, Murphy calls Ethel Bauer, the editor of Astounding Detective, to find out whatever she can about Jake.
You get those back issues, hon?
Yes, thank you. I'm really enjoying them.
Don't know how much longer we're going to keep publishing. TV's killing us. Why take the trouble to read when you can watch Jack Webb catch the bad guys for free? Illiterate jerks.
I prefer Dragnet when it was on the radio. I didn't know about your problem, Miss Bauer. Mr. Valley never mentioned it.
Oh, isn't it terrible about his wife, though? I can't hardly believe it. Makes you think, huh? Anyway, was you wanting to leave a message for Mr. Valley? Because he never comes around the office, you know.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about one of your writers, Jake Gillespie.
Oh, Jake, yeah. Wrote the Doghouse Riley stories. We ain't used him since issue 66. The kid was good with plot, but he could be a little flowery, you know? I kept telling him people want to read English like it spoke.
You're an editor?
Overqualified, if you ask me, but a gal's gonna take what she can get. Between you, me, and the operator, the kid was a little strange. Sent me roses when we published his first story. And whenever we turned one down, I'd get at least 10 calls every day demanding I explain why. Couldn't get any work done. Eventually, I decided enough was enough.
So you fired him?
Not in so many words. I told him the order had come from on high that we couldn't use him anymore. If he had any questions, he was to take them up with Mr. Valley, the owner, knowing there's no way he could get in touch with Valley.
Do you think that was wise? I mean, if Jake's as odd as you say, then...
He'll get over it. He's young. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Murphy, I'm back.
I'll have to go, Miss Bauer. Nice speaking to you.
Oh, don't let me keep you, hon.
Well, I hope you had more luck than I did.
I haven't learned anything you didn't already know. Jake hasn't written for Astounding since issue 66. Probably blames Valley for the fact. Well, there's your motive.
Yeah. But where does Cy Kramer come into it? I mean, did he just happen to break into the Valley's apartment the night Jake went there with murder on his mind?
Well, maybe Jake and Kramer knew one another.
No way. Kramer could have worn him like a watch charm. It's wrong, Murph. It's every shade of wrong.
So, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I don't know I should do anything about it. Valley never said he wanted me to look into his wife's murder, and Meeker's pretty certain he's got it all wrapped up. Yeah, what the heck. I haven't got anything else to do.
Well, that's not the reason, Harry.
Well, that'll be our little secret. I don't suppose Valley's going to be in his office for a while.
When you do see him, tell him thank you for the back issues.
Now, I'm not sure to give him much comfort, but... Hey, wait a minute. Didn't you say you were missing one?
That's right. Issue 66. Why?
I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of a copy for you.
Harry, I'm always pleased to see a friendly face, but I really don't know what else there is to do. Laura's killer is dead. I just have to get on with my life, throw myself into my work.
Well, maybe that's for the best. I hear all your titles are having a tough time.
The market's a cutthroat place nowadays. Before the war, it was all different.
The night of your wife's murder, Morgan, why did you press the apartment buzzer?
Why? Because I wanted to get in, obviously. Why else?
But it's your apartment. Why not just use your key?
What exactly are you trying to say, Harry?
I think you wanted me to discover that broken lock. That's what I was there for, to back up your story.
Back up my story? What story?
You killed her, Morgan. You killed your own wife.
You've got some nerve, Nile. What the hell gives you the right?
This gives me the right. I finally got hold of a copy of issue 66 of Astounding Detective magazine, the one you didn't want me to see. You gave Miss Bauer special instructions not to send it to my office. Well, I got one anyway. And there it was, plain as day.
There what was?
If I Should Die Before I Live by Jake Gillespie. It's the story of your wife's murder, word for word, but I guess you already read it.
How dare you?
You wanted it to look like a robbery gone bad, and you needed a stooge to back up your version of how it happened. That's why you hired me, not to carry some stolen necklace across town. You hired Cy Kramer to break into your apartment just like the killer in Jake's story, but you see, Cy wasn't alone. You were with him.
I was working late at the office. I got out of the cab, and we walked into the apartment building together, remember?
I tracked down the cab that dropped you off. Driver told me he picked you up only a block away. You and Kramer both went up in the service elevator. Kramer picked the lock and took the valuables, while you killed your wife.
If Jake Gillespie concocted the story of my wife's murder, like you say, then I think it'd be fairly obvious to a trained detective that Jake Gillespie also killed my wife. The boy's unbalanced. You spoke to him.
You went up in the service elevator with Kramer, not Jake. You killed Kramer and your wife, not Jake. Then you took the service elevator back down again, walked about a block, and hailed the cab. But you forgot to send the elevator back up.
I did what?
Jake plotted out this whole caper for your magazine. See, I doubt he'd do anything so dumb.
Don't count on it. Jake is a rather unreliable character. His stories may be smart, but the man himself, not so much.
All right, there's just one other thing. In Jake's story, the husband did it. Yeah, that's the part you played, right there in black and white, with illustrations.
And clearly Jake's trying to frame me.
Well, that's pretty smart for a guy who's not so smart. If this was his plan, why did he skip town as soon as he realized how much your wife's death resembled his story? And I'm having a tough time imagining a weed like Jake breaking the neck of a tough guy like Cy Kramer. Well, you look in pretty good shape, Mr. Valley.
All right. Say it happened the way you think. Why did I do all this?
Money. Your business is going under, and I found out your wife was heavily insured.
You really think I'd kill my wife of 16 years for money?
Well, I don't think you and the missus were as close as you used to be. I'm assuming, for instance, she didn't know about Miss Joan Hudson on Rainier Avenue.
You've been following me.
Well, that's what detectives do, Mr. Valley. You should know that.
But they're not supposed to follow their own clients.
Oh, I quit. Oh, didn't I mention that? It's pretty neat on paper. Jake's the perfect patsy. If anything goes wrong, you can always pin Laura's murder on him. A phony robbery, the death of the criminal, and you get all your jewelry back. But can you take a little constructive criticism?
Go on.
The necklace you originally hired me to take to Vashon Island. Whatever happened to that? Kramer didn't have it on him when they found his body, and Murphy checked the San Francisco newspapers. She couldn't find anything about a jewel robbery last April. And what do you want to bet there are no jewelers with country places on the island?
So what?
So this morning I told Detective Meeker all I know. He's not too bright, but once you get hold of an idea, he never lets go. You'll be hearing from him.
Am I supposed to be impressed? A good lawyer would tear your case to shreds, and I have a very good lawyer. Life isn't like a story, Mr. Nile.
You know, I said that to a friend of mine just the other day. For your wife's sake, I hope I'm wrong.
Larry Albert plays Harry Nile. This episode, Righting Wrongs, was written by M.J. Elliott and directed by Pat French, who plays Murphy. Also in tonight's cast were Terry Rose, Jay Green, Steve Manning, Ulrich Deal, Jim French, and Susan Connors. Post-production by Jim French. This is Jay Green speaking.